The first time I went to Russia was in 1963. It was to a joint conference in partial differential equation, joint Soviet-American conference.
Right.
Courant was one of the organizers on this side,
Yes.
and Lavrentiev, organizer on the Russian side. And it took place in a town in Siberia called Novosibirsk.
Yes.
And there's an academic city there,
Yes.
and it was at that place. It lasted 2 weeks, and there were about 24 Americans and maybe 120 Soviet mathematicians from all over the Soviet Union. And it was like being on a ship for 2 weeks with people. You make friendships immediately. So indeed, it was full of warmth. I remember in the evenings, some of the Russians would walk us to our hotel. Naturally, we were at different hotels. Some of the Russians would walk us to our hotel, and then we would walk them back to their hotel, and then they would walk us back to our hotel. It was just a meeting full of joy and delight at meeting each other. They, almost all of them had never met any American mathematicians. So it was just a wonderful thing, and some of them have remained friends to this day. I'm going in June to a 90th birthday party of one of them in Moscow, Vishik, Mark Vishik, just turned 90.
At that time, the Soviet Union was quite still isolated from the West.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Not only politically, but I would imagine also scientifically.
Well, the Russians were much more aware of what the West was doing than we were of what they were doing. They got Western journals, and they ran seminars on papers, foreign papers, and on that occasion I visited Moscow.
Yes.
And I would say at that time that was probably the greatest mathematical center in the world.
Yes.
Considering all the famous people who were there. It was just incredible.
So did you discover any unknown work that was truly remarkable on that trip, since we were not aware?
Well, there were good talks at the Congress. In particular, there was a talk by Calderon, which appeared in the proceedings of the conference in a 3-page paper. It's a remarkable paper. Detailed proofs were never published, though people in the subject know how to carry out the proofs. It's a very striking paper. It extends, what Agman and Douglas and I had done is to get LP estimates and domains. He poses a problem on the boundary and uses singular integral operators on the boundary. And something called Calderon projection.
Yes.
It's a very striking paper. He was, in my opinion, a very remarkable mathematician.
Indeed.
In 1963, after going to Novosibirsk, I stopped in Moscow for some days, and I attended Gelfand's seminar.
Did you give a seminar there?
No, on that occasion I didn't, no. And this is it's a big show. I mean, it's a theater. It's a 3-hour affair. There are several different speakers, and what Gelfand does is interrupt each speaker and say, Yasha, you're not explaining things well. No, this is really what you mean to say. And he talks for 10 minutes, and then turns to somebody in the audience and said, what do you think? Isn't this? The person obviously had been sleeping and didn't pay attention. So, but anyway, Gelfand did this with every speaker, and he was just known to do this all the time. He just wanted to clarify things with his way of seeing it. And it was really a remarkable experience to see that. And when we left, Friedrichs, who had also attended, said, we should run a Gelfand-style seminar at Courant Institute, and we'll take turns playing Gelfand.
Were all the speakers Russians at Gelfand?
On that occasion, all the speakers were Russian, yeah. So they spoke in Russian, and I had a friend, one of the Russian friends, sitting next to me translating.
I see.
Yeah, and then he had a birthday party. It was in September, and it was his 50th birthday party at his home, which I attended, and it was a very warm and wonderful experience.